my goodness. The night sky, here I am. This is the dream that I've never had before. Whoa. Where do those floating stepping stones lead to? I guess I'll take a look. Oh look, there's a floating island with a fishing rod and a sign. Well, I have never seen odd rocks before, but I guess I'll go fishing there. Hopefully I can catch at least one odd rock just to see what it looks like. Ooh, a sparkle. Really dim. Look at this odd rock. It's blue and purple, very shiny. I guess I can keep it somewhere as a display. What an amazing rare find. I like this rock.
Hi, I am Jervis Laurent. Who are you?
Hello, my name is Mason Shirey. I seem to have appeared here due to the dream that I had last night.
Oh. Well, what was your dream about then?
I was above the clouds in the night sky, following some floating stepping stones, and I saw a floating island with a fishing rod and a sign that tells me to go fishing for some odd rocks.
Really? What do those odd rocks look like?
It looks like a blue rock, with a purple gradient.
Blue and purple? That sounds kind of interesting. By the way, I'm Tong Nguyen. I think you should ask my son Kevin Nguyen about the odd rocks since he knows a little more about them.
Alright, I'll ask him then.
Oh hey Mason Shirey, it's me Kevin Nguyen. Do you need something from me?
I heard that you know a little more about odd rocks. So my question is, what do odd rocks do?
Well, you can use odd rocks to craft odd torches, portal stone, and spawners. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, but not only that, I also want to know how to obtain them.
Oh, well, this book can tell us how to find them. The book says that rocks are rarer than redstone, but not rarer than lapis lazuli. So that means odd rock can be found underground and in loot chests.
Well, can I go mining with you guys?
Sure. By the way, Buckethead Gaming is also here on this world to make the experience more fun.
Brilliant. I'm gonna have fun mining for odd rocks. But first, I need to get some wood, which shouldn't be too difficult. Alright, I have collected some wood. Now I can make oak planks and a crafting table. So, do I need to make any tools out of wood other than a pickaxe?
Mining wood with your fist takes kind of long, so it's good to make at least a wooden axe.
Plus we're going to collect stone anyway, so that we can get better tools.
But of course, we still need wood to make other things later on.
Alright, I'll get as much wood as I can first, and then some stone later. plenty of wood for this start. Now I can make a wooden pickaxe. Let's see how much stone I can get. Okay, I have 20 cobblestone. That should be enough stone for now.
Just so you know, Clarabelle Adoring is also here on this world for the beginning.
And also, we are playing in peaceful mode for this start, so we can learn the basics.
That's cool and reasonable. I know we're playing on peaceful mode for this start, but I still need a quick to make house without having to build a lot.
There are 3 ways you can do that. If you're going for a cubby hole, you can try digging a hole with a little room in the ground, put a door at the entrance, and then lighten up the room with some torches.
If you want a treehouse, you can try digging into a big tree, then put ladders on the stem, then put a trapdoor at the entrance. The only thing is that you may have to be careful when going around the wood, because the tree might decay if you accidentally break some of the wood.
Or if you want a mushroom house, you can use bone meal to grow some red mushrooms into giant red mushrooms, and then just do what you would do for the other 2 houses. Take note that you should put a ceiling over the mushrooms so that they'll only grow up to the height that you want them to be.
I think I'll go for the treehouse, because that one sounds somewhat interesting to me.
Of course you'll get 3 ladders from a crafting table, so you might need more sticks for that.
That is true.
Oh, you know what? I have some more ladders in my storage chest, so you can take some of them.
Okay, thanks for the ladders.
No problem.
Later that night.
I have 3 pieces of wool to make a bed, so that's great, but then I also need glass.
Actually, since these starter houses aren't gonna be too pretty nor have high ceilings, you can use trapdoors as windows, just make sure to place them correctly.
Oh, that's clever. I guess I don't need glass for this first night.
Using trapdoors is a new way to make windows, I suppose. Anyway, do we need food for this first night?
We started in peaceful mode, which means we won't be hungry until we change that to easy mode, so, I guess not.
So that means this is a good time to sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
The next morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today is the day we can go mining.
We just need to grab our tools and other necessary items, and then we can go find the odd rocks.
Alright, I will look in my storage and see if I can find anything you need.
I noticed there are vines on some of these oak trees, so I'll take the vines with us in case we need them.
Oh yeah, using vines is a good way to save ladders.
Vines may take a bit of time to grow, but it's worth it.
What should I do if some of you guys are collecting vines?
You can go a little bit more mining, just to see if you can get coal or iron.
Okay, that sounds good.
Wait, there's coal and iron over here.
Oh, I should have spotted that earlier, haha.
To be fair, we all seem to have a pretty decent amount of iron. Although some of my iron is still smelting, so it might take a few minutes.
By the way, Jervis, do you mind if I use some of your iron once it's done smelting?
Sure, Mason, go right ahead.
Great. Now I can have a bigger iron supply.
I found some charcoal in my fuel storage. Maybe we can use that to make torches.
Alright, I'll just make some backup items in case we need them.
Yep, that sounds like a plan.
After collecting and crafting all the most necessary items, alright guys, we should have everything we need in our inventories. Did anybody bring any backup items?
I have a backup crafting table in case we need it for bigger crafting recipes.
I have vines in case we need to climb up certain walls.
I have charcoal in case we run out of coal.
I have a backup furnace in case we need to smelt something with it.
And I have a backup iron pickaxe in case my first one breaks.
It looks like that's all we need. Let's go.
Ooh, there's a purple arrow on this sign. That could mean we're going in the right direction. When they got there,
That hanging sign points down the water stream.
I'm pretty sure Michael Dungan put that hanging sign there.
Yep, I was the one who pointed that hanging sign down the water stream. It should lead us straight to the odd rocks.
Well, would you look at that? Michael Dungan has joined our team, and led us to the right cave. Down the water elevator we go.
I love water elevators.
Hang on, pals.
It's a wet ride, but it's fun.
water elevators are me.
I like this ride.
Prepare to mine for odd rocks, we're going deep.
We already seem to be at the deep slate level.
Wait a minute, how rare are odd rocks on the deep slate level compared to on the stone level?
I think odd rocks are a bit rarer in the deep slate level. They still are findable though.
Either that, or they're specifically common when generated next to lava.
I would rather that we have to look for veins of odd rocks where lava isn't directly close to them. Odd rocks aren't renewable as far as I'm aware.
That water stream looks a bit peculiar. Even it reaches the deep slate level, as it flows from a waterfall near the surface. I wonder where it leads. Hey, wait a minute. I think there's a crew down there looking for odd rocks.
Oh, I found some diamonds. Even though it has nothing to do with odd rocks, still awesome.
Are we going to need odd torches for something?
Obviously, odd torches do the opposite of a normal torch. They darken their surrounding area, meaning they're specifically useful for mob spawn traps.
They're also good for darkening an area around a spawner.
Wait a second. Was someone here?
Oh look. We got somebody over here.
Hi Mr. Tong, it's me, Kiera Helms. I just came down here, and I was expecting that you, Kevin Nguyen and the zombie crew are going mining for odd rocks. Is that what you guys are doing?
We are going mining for odd rocks, yes.
Would you like to come mine with us?
Sure, why not? Are odd rocks a special kind of stone? An ore? Or something different? I just want to refresh my memory about them.
From what I learned, odd rocks can generate underground and in loot chests, kind of like other ores. Something special about them is that we can use them to craft spawners, like the ones we find in dungeons.
Oh, so does that mean we could use a spawner for something?
Yes, of course.
Right, odd rocks could generate between the stone level and the deep slate level. Although I found some diamonds, but no odd rocks. Nevertheless, we should check the stone level first just in case.
I did not manage to find anything over here.
To be continued.